So someone who's working harder and trying very hard to him to catch Laylatul Qadr is like the one who is sitting back and relaxing and only attending one night within the masjid. No, it's not fair. Wallahi, it's not fair. One day, Prophet ﷺ came out to give us about the knowledge of Laylatul Qadr, So as he was entering the masjid, or the place that he wanted to tell the Sahaba, what night is Laylatul Qadr? What he saw? فَتَلَاحَى فُلَانٌ وَفُلَانٌ. He saw two people fighting. He saw what? Two people fighting. فَرُفِعَتْ وَعَسَى أَنْ يَكُونَ خَيْرًا لَكُمْ. So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said, when he saw two people fighting, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have uplifted the knowledge of when is Laylatul Qadr. And since then, we don't know when is Laylatul Qadr. So the question here, my dear respectful brothers and sisters, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I want you guys to think about this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have uplifted the knowledge of Laylatul Qadr because of what? Because he saw two people fighting. And now he uplifted this blessing because of what? Two Muslims were fighting. And we wonder why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have uplifted his blessings upon this ummah. My dear respectful, there is a reason behind all of this. We have to think about this. The month of Ramadan is not just a month of worshipping and reading more Qur'an and making more tasbih and making more dua and making qiyam al-layl and attending the masajid or coming with tarweeh. No, there is a higher purpose that we have to think about when we are entering this month. Many people, my dear respectful brothers, they don't realize the fact that our blood relatives and not talking to people can be of a huge thing in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something that you need to think about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have uplifted the knowledge of the most beautiful night in the history of the Muslims. Why? Because two people were fighting. Think about that, my dear respectful brothers. And of course, it's a message to all of us. Yes, maybe you are reading the Quran 17 times within this month. Beautiful, Jazakallah khair, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you. But how come you still and continue to disobey your parents? How come you're not talking to your sister? How come you're not talking to your aunts? Or you're not talking to your uncles? How come you're cutting off some of your blood relatives? How come the neighbor is not talking to his neighbor? How come the sister is not talking to her sister, or a brother is not talking to his brother? Isn't it time for us to resolve all of these world matters and do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give it up for a higher purpose? Is the fact that we want to clean our relationship with all of our surroundings for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. So if you ask the scholars, this is why the knowledge of the Laylatul Qadr was uplifted, because he wants us to compete. He wants us to compete. Yani subhanallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have told us, for instance, the night of Laylatul Qadr is within this day, what's the majority of the people going to do? Just like they're doing now. By the way, people are doing this already. If you tell someone that Laylatul Qadr is, for instance, is the night of the 25th or the 27th, what's the majority of the people going to do? They're going to attend that night and they're going to forget about the rest of Ramadan. And this is exactly what happened, even though, technically speaking, the consensus says that we don't know when is Laylatul Qadr is. But what happened, the majority of the Muslims nowadays, what do? Because we have some ahadith that have made reference that Laylatul Qadr within the 27th night. What happened in the 27th night of the majority of the masajid in the world? The masajid is packed. This is the reality. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he wants us to compete. So someone who's working harder and trying very hard to him to catch Laylatul Qadr is like the one who is sitting back and relaxing and only attending one night within the masjid. No, it's not fair. Wallahi, it's not fair. So therefore, my dear respected brothers and sisters, if you really wanted to compete and you really wanted to catch Laylatul Qadr, you have to attain the last 10 days of Ramadan. Because we know for a fact that no one can dispute is the fact that Laylatul Qadr is when? In the last 10 days of Ramadan. And that's exactly what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do.